On Thursday, Yahoo announced that its network was hacked back in 2014, and it was a big hack. At least 500 million users' names, email addresses, telephone numbers, birth dates, and passwords were stolen. This latest revelation of a high-profile breach linked to a state-sponsored actor is unsettling enough. But what could happen if an entire city, like New York, was hacked? That is the dramatic premise laid out in a recent magazine article.
The scenario starts with a single car on the West Side Highway taken over by hackers.
If someone hijacks a car, what could they do?
A lot of things. If this SUV suddenly slammed on its brakes or suddenly veered to the left and hit another car, you could be talking about a pretty massive pileup.
That pileup brings traffic to a halt. Then the hackers get more aggressive on nearby highways and bridges.
It is possible to hack more than one car at one time. It'd be just as easy to make all the cars slam on the brakes as it would be just one vehicle.
As emergency crews respond to accidents, nearby hospitals prep for patients. That's when they realize they're locked out of their systems, too.
An organization will attack a hospital and basically lock doctors, nurses, everyone out of the hospital's networks. The hackers might have been in their system for months.
The coordinated attack set the stage for Reeves Weideman's article in New York Magazine called The Big Hack.
How did you even think about writing this?
It's a piece of sort of reported fiction. We wanted it to be based very much in reality.
Do it. Kill the engine.
So we're killing the engine right now.
Last year, Wired showed how hackers could take control of a Jeep through its entertainment system.
Guys, I need the accelerator to work again.
While a driver was going 70 miles per hour on a highway.
Ready?
And this year, the hackers demonstrated how they could have taken over the steering wheel had Jeep not fixed the vulnerability. And dozens of hospitals in the United States have already been targeted.
A local hospital's computer system held up for ransom by hackers.
It paid about $17,000 to regain control of its computer network.
Most of these attacks happen because someone opened an email and clicked on a link that they shouldn't have and unleashed malware onto their computer. And from there, hackers were able to get to every part of a system.
But Weideman's doomsday scenario takes it one step further. The power grid turned off. Elevators connected to the web breached, and subway service compromised.
What is the incentive here for the hacker? Is it psychological?
In the same way that before an event like 9/11, people weren't scared about people driving planes into buildings, or at least it wasn't a serious thing. The psychological impact of an attack like this would be really significant.
This past summer, President Obama issued a policy directive on cyber incident coordination. It outlines how the public and private sectors can better respond to an attack. CBS News senior national security analyst Fran Townsend was a Homeland Security advisor for George W. Bush.
I think it's an exaggeration of the sorts of scenarios that government officials have been planning for.
Are there constantly drills where experts are brought in the hopes of hacking so they can see how the systems would intermingle and respond?
Yes. Now, we need to do more of it, right? I think what happens is you plan to do more of that than you actually get to do when you're in government because you've got to deal with the crisis of the moment.
Hackers attacked the Newark Police Department. A virus infected several computers last week.
What is your estimate of when something like this could happen?
Doing attacks like taking out cars, taking out the power grid in particular is something that would take months and would take expertise in a variety of things and would take a lot of trial and error and a lot of expense.
There are charges tonight against hackers from Iran who allegedly targeted a dam.
This is something that isn't going to happen tomorrow. What's certain is we're going to see more attacks like this.
I mean, it's safe to say we already are. You know, and I think talking to Reeves, one of the things he said is the real question here is who can do it and who would want to do it. And there's certainly some countries that come to mind for everyone, Russia, China, potentially North Korea. But then there's also the possibility of sort of state-sponsored aggressive measures like this.
Well, all the news stories show you we're vulnerable, and there's a cumulative vulnerability there that could be quite scary.